record this while speaking to you. India will see its biggest real estate boom in 2023, 24, and 25. India and Bangalore both will see its biggest, as I say, the biggest real estate boom in next 3 to 4 years. First boom was in 2002, 3, 4, then 12, 13, 14. 13, 14, 15 will be the biggest boom of Indian real estate. I can say that why India is no more a BPO center or a KPO center. When I was in EY, KPO, knowledge processing outsourcing, EY GDS was in Bangalore. Today, India is not just BPO, KPO. We are a global innovation center. We are product driven market. We are world leaders when we talk about tech and new product and how we are changing the entire economics all around. This model, what we are talking about, is a direct to control model where you have the direct control over the asset because the asset gets registered on your name directly. Now, lastly, I would say retail is the best kept secret of commercial real estate. Till date, US being such a developed country, 60% of its income comes from retail, and maybe or 60% of shopping, everything happens in retail. 20-25% of it happens through e-commerce. While in India, we have our companies like Flipkart who is saying e-commerce. We have companies like Udan who is saying Har Dukan Udan. We have companies like Reliance Jio who is trying to open retail all across and do that joining. We have companies like Amazon who is trying to strengthen retail. So retail being India almost 8 to 10 times population of US, retail is the future for India. Now why commercial real estate was the best kept secret? Because it always needed high capital requirement, need of expertise, tenant asset management, lack of industry data, lack of liquidity, and also that it used to be called an ultra HNI and a HNI game. Like, if anyone wants to invest in prestige technocrat, you need to have 5 crores minimum. Only then you can buy, or maybe 2.5 crores minimum. Only then you can buy. Monopolistic in nature. But one thing is very important, like people are very curious nowadays. No business can be monopolistic in nature in the coming time. Until and unless there is a huge scope of disruption, someone or the other will definitely put a hammer. So we are getting you this commercial real estate served on plate. Now, before we get into this, the entire numbers of this, this asset is not on sale. It is on application. Anyone who wants to participate in the asset, we have a process to apply where a customer needs to give his Aadhaar card, PAN card, profiling and a registration amount. There will be a BGV and legal reports will be shared to you, the entire asset legal report, and then the allocation will happen. We'll say you about the process at the end. Now, who all can apply? An Indian resident can apply, yes, can apply. NRI can apply, and PIO can apply, yes, can apply. Foreign citizens cannot apply. Hindu undivided family can definitely apply. LLP can easily apply if some 2 people they want to join or 3 people they want to join and then buy. They don't have 52 lakh, 51 lakh, then they can join, make a LLP and then buy. Private limited, public limited companies can apply. Alternative investment funds like ICICI invested with us. So, AIFs can also apply. While this size is very small, what we have right now, but I'm just saying they can apply. Now, what leased asset do for you? At leased asset, what we do? We get you fully secured assets, insured assets, physical assets, assets which give you 12.28% of average, rental income, financial independence we get for you, pride of owning a commercial we get for you. Also, we get you assets which beat inflation. Inflation is at 6-7%. Our assets will give you average 12.8%. So you beat the inflation. Avoid risk-prone asset because Kushma Advocates being our legal counsel in the asset and the kind of legal procurement we do, we totally avoid all the risk-prone assets and we help you create wealth in a long-term point of view. Now, for a lot of first timers, a lot of repeat investors are there, but for a lot of first timers, I would like to say how it is different from buying a 200 or a 300 square feet shop or a residential property. See, the moment you buy a shop or a residential property, second thing, get the interior done. Third thing, maintenance. You have to maintain it. Wear and tear cost is there. Any tenancy for a 200, 300 square feet small shop will be either a burger or a juice shop. Only 11-month agreement will be there. Residential or commercial. Huge risk of vacancy. There's a huge risk of vacancy in a couple of these type of times. A lot of retail, a lot of these places are vacant, and that's a huge risk. Depreciation is much faster, low rental yield than than inflation in these small assets. Brokerage you have to pay every alternative year because 11-month a tenant ran away, find again a broker, get a tenant, so more like that. And renovation you have to do every 3 to 4 years because these interiors has to be redone. While when you buy with leased asset or when you apply with leased asset and if you get an allocation, You just do not get a property, you get a property plus a tenant, A grade tenant. You purchase the property, no interior is required, no maintenance headache, high quality maintenance will be done by us because, you know, Tata Group, PVR, these are the tenant. 27 year of guaranteed tenancy is there. No vacancy risk is there here. There is no vacancy risk because 27 years of guaranteed tenancy is there. Appreciation for long-term point of view, because it's a bigger asset, appreciation will be much higher. Definitely you get good spread from inflation, 12.28% versus 7%. Will be a big inflation, you know, spread. No recurring brokerage because 27 years of rental or yield is guaranteed for you. And renovation is once, or repainting is once in 9 or 10 years. So that's how we are not just giving you a property, we're giving you a property plus a tenant with a guaranteed rental. Now, this slide takeaway is all Indians, we want to invest in safe assets. 70-75% of our money is safe in property, bullions, and all of that FDs. This says us that commercial real estate has been outperforming all other asset class in terms of risk reward scenario. I didn't say about India's economic growth upcoming or real estate big boom. You know, IMF is saying, IMF says China will see in this 2022 5.6% growth, US will see 5.2, and India will see between 9.5 to 8.5. It can also touch double digit. I am not saying it. IMF across world is, you know, expecting this to happen. Now, how is this model very different from fractional ownership? See, fractional ownership is a very different model where the control of the asset is with the asset management firm. Here, that's not the model. The asset gets registered on your name. Is it a SPV model? No, SPV model is not there. Asset gets registered on your name. Individual khata, let's say Mr. Jay has bought, Mr. Jay, unit number B53, you know, area 500 square feet is the minimum area you have to buy. You know, there is a super built up area of 500 square feet, carpet area of 350 square feet will be mentioned in your khata. Your land UDS will be mentioned in your khata, and that's how your khata will look. So individual khata will be issued on your name. Is it exit is easy? Yes, exit is very, very easy. There are 3 ways to exit. We'll show you at the end of the entire discussion. And there's a dedicated carpet or a land UDS there. Minimum guarantee of rental is there. Yes, it is there. Downside upholding is there. If 1 floor, 2 floor is empty, how will you pay rent? Yes, still the rental will be paid. The rentals which are shown to you are 100% guaranteed rental. Control point of view, you have more control. In fractional ownership, the control is less. Downside upholding is not there. Minimum guarantee is not there. There is no khata issued on your name. Only some equity based shares are allotted. So in this, you are owning a real estate asset. In this, you are owning a real estate instrument, an instrument which hold a real estate asset. So the ownership or a D2C is more in direct registration on your name. Now it's an opportunity where almost 51.75 lakh investment plus 25K processing fee can take you to 3.6 to 4.1 crore of overall, you know, appreciation over an entire cycle. Now, one last thing is why Indian commercial real estate has such a big opportunity. Because India being 8 to 10 times of US population, our commercial real estate market is $9.3 billion value, 1 billion here and there. US commercial real estate, you know, market is almost $19,000 billion, 2,000 times difference. It's not a bad news. It's good news that we can go up till there. Now, last point in our chapter 3, and that's my personal view. Indian banking system is designed in such a way where only bank will make money. None of us we are becoming rich. And it might be my personal view. I will prove it to you right now. Anyone or any one of us, if we are investing something big in bank or FDs or somewhere, we are literally doing something really not very financially sane work, because Indian banking system itself is designed in such a way that bank will have to make all the money, not all of us. How does it work? How does bank make money? If they need 100 rupee, they will take 10 rupee from 10 people, me, you, all of you. And what is their cost of capital for that 100 rupee? Savings account 1 or 2 rupee. FDs will be 4.5, 5%. Average 4.5% is what bank borrows money at. Now bank will apply this money. Where will bank apply this money? Home loans will be at, the cheapest product will be at 7%. Personal loan will be at 11%. Your construction finance of real estate will be at 14, 15, 18%. Real estate project funding will be at, you know, almost 20%, 18%. Credit cards are at 30%. Taken the money from us at 4.5. Inflation is at 6, 7%. Bank is applying the money at 13%. And we are feeling happy. I personally feel bank is doing nothing. Bank is actually taking our money, and 40% of bank business is home loan, construction finance is real estate, and project funding, land funding is real estate. Out of 100 rupee, 80 to 90 rupee bank is also putting in real estate only, in these projects only. But definitely they are making huge lot of money and then paying us our share and then keeping their share. So that's what even my personal opinion is. I'm not saying everyone has to agree to this, but that's my personal opinion. So yeah, I also feel that buying a second residential is the biggest crime one can make in terms of financial standpoint. Anyone who is buying first home, fine, second home is the biggest crime someone can make. So yeah, that's about it. Commercial real estate looks like this. Fair housing gives you around 18-20 rupees nowadays, almost 7.5, 8% also. Office space is between 50 to 60, 65 rupee, 7.5% net of it gives. Retail being the king of everything, it gives you between 75 to 100 rupee. This asset is also giving you almost 74 rupee to start with. Now, how does it looks like? Ground floor of a building, any Indranagar, HSR, Kurmangla building, your rentals will be 100, 120. The moment you go to first, second, third floor, 50% down, 50 rupees. You go to fourth and fifth floor of anywhere in Bangalore, it's empty. You can get it at 30 rupees. So what does this say? Ground floor is nothing but retail. First, second floor or third floor is nothing like office space. Top floors are more like warehousing. So from a other parameter point of view, from a risk, capital return, appreciation, and monthly recurring. Is pre-leased asset giving you risk? Definitely entire minimal risk, almost no risk. Commercial, is there capital return? Yes, appreciation is there, good appreciation. Is there recurring income? Yes, your rental yields are all recurring per month, guaranteed, hitting your account. Now, the asset is located, which we're talking about, is on Hosur Road. Bangalore has 3 pillars. First pillar from central to south, which is called Hosur Road, the first, most developed vicinity of Bangalore IT. Electronic City, phase 1, phase 2. Second pillar is called North Bangalore, that's Airport Road. Third pillar is called the Outer Ring Road. So 3 pillars of Bangalore: Hosur Road, Airport Road, and Outer Ring Road. This asset is located in Hosur Road. In Hosur Road, the good part is you have almost more than 347 companies. But after Kormangla Forum, from Forum, you go to Madiwala, Silk Boat, you go to, your Kudlu Gate, your Electronic City, Bomisandra, Chandapura, Atibele. After Forum Mall, Kormangla, you do not have any big retail asset until all of this area. Electronic City phase 1, phase 2, and Hosa Road people are dying or waiting for, there is a pent-up demand for a big retail asset, because they have to come all the way either to Forum Mall or they have to go all the way to Banarghata Road. So there's a pent-up demand. Second thing is, in entire BD urban area until Electronic City, the metro station, there is not a single land parcel available. So there is no scope of retail coming on that main road. This asset is located bang opposite to your DMart in Electronic City, bang opposite to the metro station, and very next to the toll gate on the left side of Electronic City. It's a RERA approved project. So the project, we said almost took us 8 months to, talk to the group and get them on board. So SBR Group is the group from whom we have taken this asset to get it to you. The group, they are one of the top developers in East Bangalore today. As we speak, they have one of their assets which is up and running called SBR Horizon. It has a 4-screen Inox, Tata Group Star Bazaar, JL, Lakme Saloon, couple of other brands are there. It's an up and running, sold out asset. The second asset is called KR Puram, which is called Tejas Mall. This is this also has an Inox, Skoda, Food Court, couple of brands. It's also sold out asset. Third asset is bang on Belandur Junction next to Columbia Asia Hospital. It's bang on main road in front of La Palazzo Apartments. It's a G+2 plus 9 floor of office space. Again, 100% sold out asset, just next to DoubleTree Hilton. Then you have one in, Kadugodi Whitefield, which is upcoming. And then this is the biggest asset in their profile, which is Electronic City 1. That's 4,11,000 square feet of total asset, which we have got you. Group also has a couple of other, retail assets. They have done one of the biggest cash deal with DMart recently, where almost 60,000 square feet of their space they have sold at 40-43 crore to the DMart group. We know that DMart, they never, they will never rent a place, they always buy. So they have done it in Whitefield, Kadugodi Road recently. A lot of residential projects group has. They're also coming up with the biggest and the tallest tower of East Bangalore, Whitefield, that is G+42. This is how they look in the Bangalore map. Now, coming to the asset, this is the elevation of the entire asset. This is how it looks. It's a total 3 acre of land area. It's a corner property, 4,11,212 square feet of built up area, sellable 3 lakh. There are 2 basements with 296 car parks in each basement. Retail, you have Tata Group as supermarket has taken there, Tata Star Bazaar, Tesco. Shopping, you have Lifestyle, Landmark Group has given their nod. Multiplex, you have PVR has taken up. Satyam, which is acquired by PVR, has taken it up. Food court is there with Burger King and all. Gaming zone and all other are there. Coming to highlights, NBC 2016 structure, RCC frame, all other parameters from a technical point of view has been taken care. Asset is almost 4 floor slabbing is completed. As you can see, it is bang opposite to the metro station and your DMart. From a construction point of view, since Tata and PVR Group has come at a land stage, from a construction point of view, every 3 months, the construction is checked by all of these companies, these 2 companies especially, because they have joined hands at land stage itself. So, from a steel, Tata Steel is 100% is what is used. From everything in construction, what is used is clearly mentioned. So this is the asset. It's first of its kind where there is a open retail, what we see in airport, the airport quad, open to sky retail. And there's also something like a forum, the closed retail. It's package of both. So this entire green part is open retail. This entire part is your closed retail. It's almost 4,11,000 square feet of closed retail plus open retail. One of the biggest assets South Bangalore will see, almost equal to the forum mall size or slightly bigger than that. So architect of the asset is Aslam Architects, again known name in the Southern Asia market of real estate. Entry of the asset is from here. You enter, orientation point of view, and the exit is from this side. So this is the entry and this is the exit. Basement 1 has 296 car park. Basement 2 has 296 car park. Ground floor looks like this. So first floor, second floor, third floor, fourth and fifth. Now fourth and fifth is multiplex. So hospital, schools and multiplex, these are very typical structure when you make the building. So the client has to come at land stage. Like if Jain College is there in, let's say, JC Road, Jayanagar, they will be there almost forever. If there is Jaydeva in Jaydeva Signal, that will be in that building forever. If there is PVR in Forum, it will be forever, because structure itself is very different, right? Duplex and all. So these companies have to contribute at land stage. So PVR has contributed heavy chunk of 3+ crores at the land stage, and their commitment is there towards this building along with Tata Group. So this is the 5th floor. So this is the elevation, 2 basements and G+5 floors. Now, this is the area statement, 4,11,212 square feet of area statement. Now, before I proceed with the numbers, I want to show all of you how the asset is coming up in terms of how it looks. Or maybe I'll do one thing, I will touch base that at the end of the discussion. So associated brands. Now, coming to the pricing part of it. Today, Electronic City phase 1, if someone goes to buy a 200-300 square feet of small retail somewhere, definitely has to pay 30 to 45 lakh. 14 to 15,000 rupees per square feet is the rate of retail in Bangalore. Office space will be between 7 to 10,000 rupees per square feet. In City phase 1, circle value itself is around 12 to 14,500 for any good retail. The moment you talk about market value, it can be slightly higher. Phase 2 prices are slightly less, which is 11,000, 11,500 to 13,500. Market value is slightly higher. Hosu Road, which is between that, like, metro station, DMart, the toll ends, it's much more premium from a pricing point of view, because you do not have to take left or right, it's bang on the main road. So Hosu Road prices are slightly higher than phase 1 and phase 2, 13,000 to 15,000, and market value is also slightly higher. But since we have done a 1,40,000 square feet deal, that's around 140 crore of entire deal, we have negotiated the deal for you at almost 22.8% less than the market price. At, if anyone who is applying and if they are getting allocation, they will get the deal at 9,250 rupees per square feet plus GST. So total cost for them will be 46,25,000 plus 5,55,000 of GST, 51,75,000 only, subject to allocation. Now, coming to which, anyone who is applying, asset is as per construction link payment plan, asset is 75 to 80% finished from a slabbing point of view. But anyone who apply and if they're getting allocation, subject to BGV, the background verification report, They will get a flexibility payment plan of 60-20-20. Customer just needs to pay 60% at the time of agreement, another 20% after 3 months, another 20% after 3 months, because we understand that mobilizing 1 to 5 crore might take time for a couple of you. So 27.27 lakh at the time of agreement, 9.25 lakh after 3 months, another 9.25 lakh after another 3 months plus GST. From a rental ladder point of view, we are showing you ladder in two ways. One is including GST. That means 51 lakh 75,000 पे आपका return कितना बनता है? How much you're getting at 51 lakh 75,000, because that's the total amount you're paying, including GST. We are also showing you that without GST, if you calculate this as your denominator, then what return you're getting. Including GST on the total cost, your first 30 months, you're getting 12% per annum. 12% per annum you're getting for first 30 months, 1% per month, 51,750 rupees per month. The time occupancy certificate comes from there. Your rental starts for 25 year of guaranteed lease. Your first 5 year, it will be 8.6%, second 5 year 9.9%, third 5 year 11.35%, fourth 5 year 13.05%, and fifth 5 year 15.01%, goes up to 15.01. If you exclude GST and take only on 46 lakh, starts from 13.43%, goes up to 16.79% excluding GST. We have shown you both the way. This is the much preferred way because it includes all your cost. Much sane way to see it. 15% rent escalation is there at every 5 year juncture, and 27.5 year of guaranteed rental is there in this asset. From a cash flow statement point of view, anyone who is getting an allocation, if they are not selling in between, they will make almost 1.65 crores in the tenure of the asset. That's 3.25 times of the value you have put in as cash flow income. Now, first 30 months itself, almost 30% of the project value, that is 15 lakh 52,000, comes back to you. You invested 51, you got 15 back. So your net cost of acquisition for someone remains hardly 35 lakh for a 500 square feet of prime retail in a BDA urban limits in Bang Main Road, Hosur Road. Your first 5 year, you are getting 22.20 lakh. That's 37,000 per month. Second 5 year, 25.53 lakh, 42,550 per month. 29 lakh, 35,990, 48,000, goes up to 64,713 rupees total, which is 38 lakh in the last 5 years. It's all mentioned. This will be shared with you. All of this is including GST returns. A 500 square feet guy can recover almost 76 to 80% of the money in the first 5 year itself of your OC in cash flow. I'm not talking about capital appreciation, that is over and above that, only in cash flow. At the time of OC, 5 months of security deposit, which we have not shown in this cash flow, we are showing it here. 5 months of your advance rental will be given at the time of occupancy certificate because you are the owner at the time of registration. That will be there with you until you sell the asset or almost forever till that entire guaranteed rental tenure. Now, coming to the risk part, what all are the possible risks when someone is investing in real estate, whether residential, commercial, anything? First can be a legal risk. Now, legal risk has completely been negated. How? PVR, Tata Group, these have come at land stage. When we meet one-to-one during profiling, we'll get to know that. Now, before even paying 1 rupee, these are listed companies. They do thorough due diligence because they will be investing 18 to 20 crore in the interior of the asset to make the lobby, gold class, this, that. So DLA Piper from Singapore, Amarchand Company from India, and Kushma Advocates from Karnataka. Kushma is one of the best lawyer in Karnataka. They have done it for a lot of lawyers. The moment they see Kushma tag, they will be like, file is clear. They have done it for almost all the prestige commercial assets, Lakeside Habitat and all of that. Kushma Advocate has done the legal for this asset. Second, coming to the vacancy risk, 27.5 year of guaranteed lease is there along with your sale agreement, and part of the sale agreement will be your 25 year of lease deed and 30 months of your pre-lease tenure of your yield. It will be part of your sale agreement. So 27.5 year, it's a guaranteed rental is what you're getting. Even if the asset is 50% occupied or 35% occupied, calculations are done in such a way that you're getting a guaranteed rental for entire 27.5 years. Coming to the fourth one, which is the accidental risk or the insurance. Asset is fully insured by ICICI Lombard. All the assets which we take, we completely insure it. This is also completely, insured, so it's not there. Construction risk, asset is fourth floor completed, as good as you're buying an apartment. There will be a sale agreement registered with sub-registrar with super built up carpet area, land UDS, your unique unit number mentioned. So your construction risk is almost as similar as what you do with a residential project, almost negated there. Now, summarizing the entire discussion, of 51,750 rupees of cash flow, that is 1% per month, 12.28% on an average if you take of entire 27 years tenure, plus capital appreciation, zero risk. Once, I mean, I think it's the only retail opportunity, or else I wouldn't invest after 7 years in Bangalore when it comes to retail, because no one wants to share its retail space. I have seen this. No developer wants to share, or no one wants to share their retail space because the rentals are very high there, especially in Bangalore. Our property gets registered on your name, 27 years, no maintenance headache. Incumbent certificate, khata, everything gets issued on your name with unique unit number, super built up area, carpet area, and land UDS. And exit is very easy, which we will show you now. A 74 rupee of first year rental after OC can go almost up to 350 to almost 400 as per JLL report. The moment your mandate rental goes away, the 25 years, and your asset value of 51,75,000 can go almost up to 2.8 to 3.2 crore from a normal economy to a boom economy scenario. Now we are also showing you the term sheets. These are the extract of your agreement. Pre-OC term sheet, the first 30 months term sheet. It clearly mentions here, the important part is, if an investor is investing upfront amount for the total sale value, they are getting 1% per month, that is 12% per annum until occupancy certificate. First right of refusal, anyone who wants to sell their share of share, anytime they can exit after first 24 months, which is mandate, by giving us in writing that they want to sell and their expectation to sell. Now, what happened in the previous asset of Horizon is our Star Bazaar portion, one of the guy who had owned it, one of the gentlemen, they wanted to sell it. They asked us to sell it. We got a buyer for them, but they turned back. It seems they were only taking the price. So only selling or the exit will only happen if someone is giving in writing with their expected price. 100% you will get an exit, and we'll show you all the 3 ways of the exit, how someone can get. Now, coming to the extract of your 25 year of guaranteed lease or rental. So this is the extract of your rental or the lease deed, which you will sign along with your sale deed, which is lesser, you can see lesser, lessee, property, description of building, all other detail. I will only touch the main points. These will be shared to you immediately after the webinar. 25 year of guaranteed rental is there. 6 months fit out period is there from occupancy certificate. Guaranteed rental of 74 rupees will be paid from OC. Before OC, it will be 103 rupee 50 paise, 1% per month. From 74 rupee every 5 years. Second 5 year, it will increase 85.10. Third 5 year, it will go to 97.86. Fourth 5 year, it will go to 112.54. Fifth 5 year, it will go to 129 rupees 42 paise. From a percentage point of view, from a per square feet point of view, everything is clearly mentioned in the agreement until end. There will be a repainting of the building on the 9th and the 17th year. Total cost of repainting divided by 3 lakh square feet into 1 lakh 60, which is our share, which we are not selling to anyone, that we will pay. Total cost of repainting divided by 3 lakh square feet into 500 or 1000 or 2000 or 5000, your share that you will pay. So that's the renovation cost once every 9 years. Lock-in period from our side is 25 years for leasing perspective. Interest-free deposit of 5 months of security deposit will be given to all the buyers. Property tax has to be paid by the buyer, individual buyer who is buying it. Property maintenance, air condition, flooring, electricity, additional power, water, all of these will be taken care by ours. It's our scope of, it comes under our scope of entire, lease management. Property tax, a lot of people will ask how much is property tax. It will be between 2 rupees to 6 rupees. Between which zone do you lie in? Between A zone to E or F zone, depends upon. That is hardly 1,000-2,000 rupees, something like that. Insurance, we have already done with ICICI. Legal cost for any of these 5-10,000 will be equally shared. Stamp duties has to be paid regularly. So yeah, almost at 5 years from OC, you can see almost a doubling of the entire value of the asset, or maybe much more. Similar money someone puts in fixed deposit will hardly get 12-13 lakh rupees, or maybe less plus TDS will be deducted in that. Similar money put in mutual fund will give much lower return, plus a lot of risk involved around it. Keeping in mind a lot of these companies, overhyped tech companies and their valuations have come. Now, coming to this discussion, now we had our batch one. In batch one, we got 90 application. 90 units were there. 98 application we got. 8 got rejected. 130 we got 136. What we're talking about is a finale batch right now, which is which application all will be doing backdate. So 20 units are there. 8 we have already received our application during this week. So what we are talking about is another 12 application which we will be accepting, and all of them after BGV will get their allotment. We are not just saying that the kind of response we received. We are literally trying to show you live. So how does that batch 5, batch 6, how people register. So this is our finale batch. Last week 30 December 7:30. Prestige. This is okay. Pallavi Agarwal or Jay Kumar, or for that matter Punit Divakar, or all of these people. These are the 8 people in our finale batch who have already registered. We have 12 more registrations which we will be taking. So what is the process of registration? We are not taking any bookings right now. There will be a background verification. So we'll tell you how the buyer journey looks like. Anyone who is keen, they can go to our web page or website called vcity.in/leased asset. vcity.in/leased asset. I have a lot of questions I can see here in this. So what I will do is I will first type in the this link, and then I'll take all your query. You do not have to worry. Each query I will be taking, and I will answer almost each queries here. So I have put the link there. Anyone who wants to register, they can go to vcity.in/leased asset. Aadhaar card, PAN card is mandatory as per ERA. Customer profile will be taken. OTP would be generated, and a payment link gateway will come. Anyone who is applying has to make a 25,000 rupees of 100% refundable registration amount. Now, after that, what will happen? The moment someone is registering, they will get the entire legal doc, almost a 400 page of entire legal doc, vetted by Kushma Advocates already will automatically hit your mail in next 5 minutes. The way we are doing a BGV, you can also go ahead and do the entire, your legal check and all of that. We just have 6,000 square feet. That's around totally 12 slots what we're talking about. By the time, let's say, by the time I finish this webinar and let's say, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, all these 12 registrations are done. And you are doing, maybe you're the 13th or 14th or 15th or 16th one. Please do not worry. First of all, the relationship manager will tell you that our slots are full. Any further blocking will only go to RAC. So that RAC, how the allotment will happen? Any of these 12 if they back out, or those 8 if they back out, then the 13th or the RAC guy will get. If not, then also your entire 25,000 for anyone who is not getting the unit will be refunded. Third process is what? Let's say the CIBIL of anyone who is applying is 680 below. Let's say it is below 680. Or let's say there is any financial or any loan defaults in the credit history, or if there is any active criminal cases pending from that standpoint. Any of these scenarios, allotment will not happen. Your application will be rejected, but you do not have to worry. Your 25,000 of registration amount, what you have paid, will be 100% returned. Either you get the unit or you get it 100% returned to you. Now, how does a buyer journey looks like? The idea is we want, it's not just us. Sundaram Finance is partner with us. So, there are certain stringent rules which you have to, because what happens? The moment someone is talking about a residential property, residential property, it's very easy. That is, registration is done, buyer will go his way, seller will go his way. We call it more like a love affair. It's more like a love affair. The moment we talk about a commercial property, the day registration is done, that day the journey starts, because it's a 27-year of long relationship where we are holding 1,60,000, you're holding 500,000 or 2,000, whatever. It's more like a marriage. So we, slightest of smoke. That's why there are these, criterias kept not by us, by our bankers. So, anyone below 680 CIBIL, I would recommend do not even register. Anyone with any financial defaults, or for that matter, any records. Now, how does a buyer journey looks like? Anyone who registers with Aadhaar and PAN verification, within 5 minutes, all these details, including the AV, everything, you will get it in your mailbox with the entire legal set. It will take 4 to 5 days for the BGV background verification to happen, maybe 3 to 4 days now because of this COVID. What happens after that? Let's say the application is rejected, your amount will be refunded to you and your entire registration will be given back to you. Let's say it gets allotment, you have to go ahead with the sale agreement. Along with sale agreement, you'll sign 25-year of guaranteed lease agreement, pre-OC term sheets. Your monthly rental will start immediately from the next day of your sale agreement. The day you're signing your sale agreement, from next day your rental starts for the calculation. You do not have to wait for a single day or money. Rental calculation starts from the day you have done your sale agreement. Incubant certificate will come next. Then the property will get registered on your name in sub-registrar. You will go that registry and all will happen. Then OC will come on your name along the khata. I mean, the khata will come on your name with your unit number, super built up, carpet area, UDS. So this is how a buyer journey happens if allotted. If rejected, this is how it happens. So what we're talking about is almost 8 units of 500 square feet and 2 units of 1000. So you people can go to vcity.in/leased asset, name, contact number, Aadhaar, PAN card, submit, and you can go ahead with your registration. With this, I come to the end of my discussion. I will also try to show all of you the exit possibility, and then I will take all the Q&As. I have almost 18-20 questions in the chat box. I'll take all of them quickly. Now, a lot of people, they ask, how do I exit? In any fractional ownership SPV model, your special purpose vehicle model, your exit is very easy because you are totally dependent on the asset manager for your exit. It is like that mutual fund which you cannot sell in market, you have to give it to the mutual fund manager only. But when you have bought a stock, you can always sell in the market. So what I am trying to do here is I am trying to show it how the exit is super easy compared to a residential. Okay. So let's say someone bought a residential 2 BHK 60-70 lakh. Okay. Will the builder ever buy that residential back from you? Does Prestige or Shobha, Shriram or V or anyone, SR, MR, FR or same group SBR, do they ever, the moment they sell you a residential, do they ever say I will buy it back from you? They will never say that. Why? Because the end goal is to give you the property, take the money, go away. That's their profit booking. Can you resell in the market with portals? Yes, you can resell because a lot of people are hunting for property. You can put it on resale. It might take 2, 3, 5, 6 months, but you can definitely resell. Will there any institutional buyer like Blackstone or Bluefield will come and say, hey, I want to buy your property, your residential? Definitely not. No one will come and say you that I want to buy your residential. But with this pre-lease retail, especially being a retail asset, the asset manager, that is we and SBR Group, we are saying you, it's a 100% exit, first right of refusal. Whenever you want to sell it off, you can, you will give us in writing. We will 100% give you an exit. We will only buy it back because we are holding 1,60,000 square feet. We'll take 500 more from you, 1,000 more from you. Why? Because our end goal is to do a retail REIT, a retail REIT. Can you resell in the market? Yes, it's very easy. Asset giving 12.28% of return. Resale is very, very easy. You can easily get it resale in the market. We will also do it for you. We'll charge you 3% for that. Will there be institutional exit? Yes, that's the most important point. While talking to us, I will tell you, please Google about Blackstone's retail REIT, which Blackstone is planning. On 21st December, they have said they're planning for a $2 billion of retail REIT. Anytime, any asset with such kind of a return, like Brookfields bought entire RMG developer of Bangalore, such a big developer they bought. Blackstone bought entire Prestige assets. Blackstone bought entire Embassy assets. All of these Western countries, you talk about US, Singapore, even Middle East, their 2-3% returns are very good. All these bankers are hunting for good institutional assets in India. If they get it, they will immediately buy it. So anytime if any institutional exit happens for us, this entire asset, which we will also plan for, all of you gets a very exponential return. The same asset, you will exit nothing less than 18 to 20,000 rupees per square feet. That's the word. How I am saying you that, all of you can check the books of Prestige Forum, what happened. People who bought at 2,800, they got an exit at almost 30,000, 29,700 something per square feet exit. So that's how it is. You can easily exit through an institution in a very big way. That will be more like a lottery to all of you, along with rental. A resale will happen in market. We will guarantee that. And we will only buy it back in our portfolio with a writing, and definitely it will be above your purchase price. It cannot be a very exuberant pricing. Let's say, the market is at 13, you are quoting 16, that won't happen. Whatever is the circle value on that will be absorbed back. So yeah, that's from an exit point of view. Now, I have a lot of query. I think I'll take all the queries. A lot of registration have also come as we speak. So I have a lot of questions. I'll go one by one. 1 second. So how big is the land? Mr. Raghav ji is asking, do we get share on land? Yes, Mr. Raghav, you get share on the land. You get 132 square feet of share in this entire asset. I would request all of you to be there because I will also show you the AV of the asset now, and then we'll wind up the webinar. It's a totally 3 acre of land, and yes, you get a land share. 26% of your total super built up area you are getting as your land rights. Excuse me. Mr. Brijesh Agarwal is saying, when does 2.5 year starts? Mr. Brijesh, 2.5 year starts immediately from the day of your agreement. Ideally, from 1st January, it has already started your 2.5 year. Will these numbers are guaranteed and documented like agreement or deed, Mr. Kumar? Yes, Mr. Kumar, I think you would have already seen. I have shown you all the term sheets and agreements. Same will be emailed to you. So you can see that these all will be part of your sale agreement itself. Registration fee at sub-registrar. Mr. Brijesh Agarwal, exit fee, Mr. Brijesh, is 3% we will charge for your resale, anytime after sale deed. Your registration fee at sub-registrar is as per property norms. It's 1.6% or 1.2% something. It is the registration fee for sub-registrar. Stamp duty is separate. VCT is lease subletting to these companies. What happens if your company winds up? Bhagya Lakshmi ji, I need clarity on the above as your company is young. Okay. Bhagya Lakshmi ji, I'll tell you, after RERA, you go and today check Prestige City company, that's also registered just 1 year back. For every as per escrow or as per RERA norms, for any company, if you're forming any asset, for every asset you have to form an escrow. So VCT, as VCT, we are the asset manager for this in you, and DV Relators is your escrow account. So subletting of these companies, what happens if I didn't understand this question? What happens to the owner if your company winds up? Okay, if my company winds up, very good question. I think I want to answer this. If my company winds up, and not just my company, even SBR Group winds up, nothing happens to the asset. Why? I'll give you. I'm sitting in my office, and the office, let's say my father or my grandfather owned the asset, or maybe my grandfather's father owned the asset. Let's say my grandfather's father died, or someone's grandfather's father died. That asset passed on to the next generation. So this asset will be there, tenant will be there, rentals will keep coming. Even if I go out of business, or you go out of business, or for that matter, SBR goes out of business, what will happen is, today we are giving you a controlled rent. We are giving you 74 rupee, while our leasing with PVR is at 75. Couple of brands are at 100, 110, 120, and 130. So what will happen? You will start getting the rentals directly from them, which will be definitely higher than what we have said. While keeping in mind, we will definitely not wind up, nor the group will wind up. But even if you wind up, you have bought a physical asset. Like, let's say, you have bought a land. Now, who sold you the land? That guy died. Even if that died, doesn't matter you, because the asset is registered on your name in sub-registrar. That's the beauty of owning the asset on your name. In a SPV model, if the company winds up, that creates a bit of a ruckus. But here, since the asset is registered directly on your name, all these Tata Group, they will start paying rental to the association and the escrow which you will form, because it's a physical asset. Until and unless the asset dies, your money is not going anywhere. I hope I was able to answer Bhagya Lakshmi ji your question. Please throw some light on fit out period, Mr. Raghav ji. Mr. Raghav, so what happens whenever there's a big asset? The opening of the asset is done. The day you open the asset, it's not like I can open first floor, second floor one day, and third and fifth another day. All the food joints, they might be ready by, let's say, 90 days fit out. Couple of bigger stores, maybe 120 days. Couple of other stores, maybe 100 days. On an average, your fit out will last between 3 months to 6 months. Maximum of 6 months, it's written in the agreement. Anything beyond that, you start getting your rental. Fit outs are more like interiors, and where the rental doesn't come, and that's universal across. But let's say if in 3 months the fit out is done, you start receiving the rental from the 4th month. But maximum of 6 months is the fit out period. Divyanka ji is saying, please confirm my booking. Priyanka ji, Divyanka ji, we are not taking any booking. We are just taking registration. Till now, we have received registration of Mr. Anand Madhukar ji, your Masood Ahmadi ji, Dipesh ji, and Sayyid Sahin Sayyid ji. We have received 4 registration till now. Divyanka ji, we have not received your registration unless you have registered with some other name. Any guaranteed appreciation on on the share bot. Yes, there will be a guaranteed appreciation. Galaxy S10, I would recommend you, if you can just, maybe change your name, or if you can put your name in the chat box, that'll help me identify, you, and then, I'll answer this question of your guaranteed appreciation on share bot. Mr. Shrikant M has registered live. I'm just confirming Mr. Shrikant. Mr. Raghuram R, I have registered. Mr. Raghuram, we have not got your registration. 1 second. Anand Madhukar, Masood Ahmadi ji, Dipesh ji, Shaheen Sayyed, Shrikant M. Mr. Raghuram, I have not got your registration. Share the link here, Mr. Raghav ji. I have already shared. Can we get 2,500 square feet? KVLE. Yes, Mr. KV, you can get 2,500 square feet, but you have to do 2 registrations for that. Thane iPhone, what is the developer is unable to pay 1% per month during the construction period? Will you give us in any PDC? Thane iPhone G, okay. So I'll tell you 1% per month during this entire year that sale. It's guaranteed, and it's a part of your sale agreement. The property, you're getting it registered in sub-registrar. Definitely you can move towards the code for that in case that happens. But ideally the asset is 40% complete. Such scenario 99.99% never happens. Okay. What about 1,000 square feet slot? Mr. Kumar, for 1,000 also you have to register 2 times. 500, 500. Predictable, I have registered. I would request you to please tell your name by which you have registered. If you want me to confirm on the webinar, we have received a registration or not. The monthly rental would be taxable. 100%, Mr. Binod Kumar, it will be taxable. Being a chartered accountant, I can tell you, whichever slab you fall under, we will deduct TDS as per the rental 194 IJ, or for that matter, the first 30 months at 7.5%. That's your interest income. Your rental will be taxable under income from house property. I mean, though it's not a house property, but in Finance and Income Tax Act, it's called as income from house property. So it will be taxed under that. There will be some standard deductions, but it will be taxed. Yeah. Rental maintenance tax benefit. Mr. Brijesh Agarwal, 100% entire maintenance scope is under us, and all these rentals are after all of that. So maintenance we are taking care. We are not charging you for that. So you definitely will not get that maintenance tax benefit, but a standard deduction of 30-35% is allowable. Can we sell in the association if not to builder? 100%, Mr. Raghav ji. Association will be formed at the time of OC. You can anytime sell it to your relative, transfer the name, all those things you can do. Mr. Darsh Singh, please confirm my booking. We are not taking any booking, Mr. Darsh. If you would have registered, we would have got your registration. I have already spelled the names by which we have got all the registration. Yeah, we have got Mr. Raghav Guru. We have got Divyanka. We have got your registrations. Okay, Brijesh Agarwal, step back option in few weeks. Mr. Brijesh, from the time of your registration until your agreement, anytime if you want, definitely, you can back out until the entire tenure. Anytime after agreement, your back out options are there only if somewhere we are defaulting in the norms. But by and large, once the agreement is done across India, across industry, there is no back out option. You can definitely resell it, or in case of emergency, you can give us in writing. We will help you resell it to someone else. There can be some emergency which comes to a couple of our buyers, and that time we help them. We charge them 3% professional fee. Any point of time, we have ample of buyers who are, your commercial real estate, especially retail with 12% option. Demand is here, your supply is here. Getting supply is the issue. So, Mr. KV Yella, confirm my registration. No, Mr. Yella, we have not got your registration. I think just get in touch with the relationship manager. Registration fee is on top of 51 lakh. I didn't understood your question, Mr. Brijesh Agarwal. Just elaborate your question. I'll answer that. Can you also throw some light on loan processing and profit an individual earns considering overall bank loan interest row? Sandosh Kumar ji. Okay. So, Mr. Sandosh Kumar, for buying, okay, we have got someone called Mr. Praveen TK. Buying a commercial asset, not in India, entire South Asia, for that matter, even anywhere, you do not get any loan. But after OC, you can always take a loan on that asset. It's a mortgageable asset. You can take a LAP. You can also take a LRD, lease rent discounting on this. And at just 8% or less than 7.9 to 8%, you will get loan after OC at that asset. You can always buy on that asset, you can take, but to buy like land, you cannot, because this is the main business of Ashok SNG. We have got your, okay. Unlike banks, main income is commercial real estate. Now you are buying directly from for bank's income. So, it's till now RBI has not cleared it, but if ever it happens, you will get it. Asset will be there. What happens to our ROI? Bhagya Lakshmi, I didn't get your question. Asset will be, yes, asset will be there. What happens to our ROI? Your ROI keeps getting higher every 5 years. Mr. Kumar is saying I've registered for 1,000 square feet. Can you please confirm on my registration? Yes, Mr. Kumar, we have got your one registration. If you invest so lucrative, why are you institutionally not funding the entire project? Why do you need retail investor? A very good question, Mr. Vishal. Why are you not taking institutional funding? Why are you taking entire, retail investor? See, getting institutional funding is definitely very easy from any asset point of view. But as I said, debt funding is not every company or every standpoint you will choose to have, debt. I would also say for that matter, even you, a lot of times we need money. Why do we sell certain asset and why not we take loans? Debt is always not the option. As a group, I would say why we were able to, convince the entire SBR group is that they are almost sitting at 3,200 crore of asset and their debt is less than 100 crore. They are at 1:31 debt to equity ratio, lowest in the industry. So a lot of people are there, and not just a lot of people. I throw this question back to you, Mr. Vishal, and I will share entire Prestige portfolio, and I hold it any point of time I travel. Almost 45% of their assets are sold in this manner before even they construct. You might see a building named their name, but 3 to 4 floors in that is already owned by investors. Now, why Prestige cannot take institutional funding? Yes, you can. When you run a business, it has to be a good mix of equity and debt. So, that's how you run an entire business. I hope I was able to answer your question. 8.6% predefined fixed, chances to fluctuate based on actual rental. No, Mr. Brajesh, the rental ladder which we have shown you, since we are doing the downside holding, upside definitely we are eating because that's our margin. We have cooked this asset all this while, from land curating to constructing to getting the tenant and all of that. The rentals mentioned here, 12% including GST, 13.43 excluding GST, and these are net what hits your account. These are fixed rentals, guaranteed rentals. Okay. Now, this is Shahid and Masood. What is the cost of renovation? Mr. Sahin and Masood, I have got your registration. So, see, cost of renovation at every 9th year, unlike my beard or my haircut, I need to cut it every 15 months, 1 year, 1 month or 15 days. Now, what happens? Every 9-year building might look bleak. If at all that necessity is there, if it is necessary, there will be a repainting. The total cost of the repainting divided by 3 lakh square feet into 1,60,000 I will pay, into 500 or 1,000 you will pay, sir. Ideally, I cannot predict what will be the cost of paint after 9 years. Today, as we speak, it is 8 rupees for normal. Tractor emulsion is 16 rupees. It might go to 32, 40, 50. I don't know the price, but it will be a nominal amount. Okay. If bank provide loan for this property, Mr. Madhukaran. Madhukaran, bank loan, I have already repeated this question answer. Please get in touch with your RM, they will answer you. Registration fee is on top of 51 lakh. We have to pay. Registration fee is now where 6 lakhs, sir. British Agarwal, First of all, it's 1.65% or something. And registration fee is definitely on top of total cost because you are getting the property registered on your name. You are on the safer side. You have to pay government for that. What is the benefit of early batch investor than finale batch apart from square feet cost? There is no benefit. The good thing about Santosh Kumarji is that in residential property, I can always charge everyone differently. I can charge you 100 rupee more, 100 rupee less, looking upon you. But in a commercial property, I can never charge differential pricing apart from batch wise. So for pricing for all the people, it is the same. Benefits are same. It's just batch wise price is appreciating. Now that this has come, our landmark group has come, definitely. Hope you'll share the slide of the webinar. Yes, thanks a lot. With this, we come to the end of the webinar. I will just take 1 minute from all of you to show you a couple of feedbacks from the very known people in the industry who have invested with us. I think I would have shown this before with to all of you, but since a lot of questions were flowing in, but now I would just recommend all of you to just give me 1 more minute. I just want to show you. So Mr. Ravi Chandran, Bangalore Angels MD, Managing Director of Accenture. I would just recommend you to see his. I have recently invested. It was a retail property.
Agreement of 25,000 as concurrent documents in with the CEO. Monday and got the sale agreement done. And the entire process was professionally done, and the sales team was very professional. Kudos to Praveen. Retail property in bank.
So that's MD Accenture, Dr. Ravichandran. Couple of more, maybe we'll share it to you. I will not take much time. We'll just quickly show you the AV of the entire property because, I have to just rush into another investor call. So we'll show all of you how this asset is coming up and then we'll wind up the discussion. So this is how the entire asset is coming up. So this is the Electronic City toll, and on the left side you can see PVR and this written, a very massive asset. Bang opposite to the metro station. Mr. Pawan Kumarji, we have got your registration just to confirm. The entrance of the asset. I'll keep skipping. Basement. We'll share you all these links. The the food, the gaming zone, the food court, the multiplex side of it. You see the massiveness of the entire asset. This is exactly how the asset is coming up. This is the open air retail, the quad, the almost equivalent to what is happening in airport retail. It's a corner property. So yeah, that's about it. Thanks everyone, all of you. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. I think, with this, we have got almost 9 registrations, only 3 slots left. Make the most of it. An asset like this with 51,750 per month rental, someone needs to buy a 2 crore residential, maybe above. Bang opposite to metro station secures you that, definitely the boom will be very high. It's just next to DMart, one of the highest selling DMart, and government value itself, there is more than, the price which we have got the deal. So yeah, make the most of it. Thank you. With this, we come to the end of our webinar. Thanks. I'm just putting my number in the chat box for all of you. I might not receive calls, but if anyone has any query, I will be more than happy to take it in the chat box in WhatsApp with me. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Take care. Bye-bye. Good night and keep safe. Thanks.